going on, YouTube? It's the God Achilles here. I'm bringing you guys a brand new YouTube video here today, and today I'm giving you a Warface Breakout weapon tier list. Now, I said I'd only bring this video if the last video got 15 likes, but it kind of seemed like that was a little high, considering the size of my channel. So I dropped it down, and I just thought that I'm going to do the tier list anyway because no one's covered it, and I feel like I've played the game enough. I know what weapons are performing very well. And I figured I would just help any new player that's getting into the game, kind of give them an idea of what is going on in Warface Breakout and what weapons are actually good. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my tier list and what you would change in it. But anyway, guys, take it easy. Have a good day. Alrighty, guys, so here we are in the tier list maker. Like I said in the intro, this is going to be my personal opinion on where these guns place. If you place a gun higher than I do, let me know in the comments section below, and also like the video if you do enjoy the content. But we're gonna get straight into the tier list here, guys. So we have our first S tier weapons, and I might get some flack for this, but let me explain myself. The Desert Eagle and the Smith & Wesson M&P 48, they have the capabilities of one-shotting you as a pistol, so that's pretty desirable considering that if you hit somebody in the head from range, they're pretty much dead. They have that capability where the Glock and the CZ75 don't, okay? So these guns, maximum are going to take you 3 shots to kill. I have outgunned people that have shot me first with a Glock or a CZ75 with these guns. So these guns are very, very good, but you have to be able to land your shots, and you have to be able to train yourself to go for headshots so you can take on multiple targets at once, because these do have a relatively low ammo pool, with the Desert Eagle holding 7 and the Smith & Wesson holding 6. Okay, so we're gonna place the Glock and the CZ. I say these are A tier, guys. These are just all around good guns. They're automatic, have a really good fire rate, really deep ammo pool, do pretty decent damage. You can't go wrong with these guns, guys. These 4 guns here, you just in your pistol rounds, or just if you're using a sniper pistol, these are all 4 good handguns to have. I say that these weapons the Desert Eagle and the Smith & Wesson will end up over a longer period of time as the game progresses and people get better at aiming for headshots, and the game will become even more prevalent. But as of right now, I'm seeing a lot of Glock and CZ75 just due to their ease of use. You know, if someone misses one shot with one of these will kill you. Okay. So then we get to the 1911 and USP, and these are trash tier, guys. Trash tier. Don't use them. They take way too many shots to kill. They don't necessarily have that impressive of a fire rate. Like, there's nothing actually good about these guns. They're pretty much just placeholder guns. They're not very good. Okay? That's all I should have to say about that. I'm going to put the Maxim 9 and the SIG in D tier. Now, I could justify putting these in trash tier, but I think they do have a use in the fact that these guns are pre-silenced and they do keep you off the radar. So keeping yourself off the radar, they have a little bit more utility than these. Okay, other than that, if you strip the silencer away from these are trash tier. 100%. You should be buying these 4 guns every pistol round. 100%. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into the assault rifles. So I'm going to put the AK and the M16 in C tier. The reason I put these in C tier, they're just average guns. They do all right up close. They do all right at range. They don't necessarily excel at one or the other. You know, they don't do as much damage as the Scar, and they don't as like the Scar and like the FAMAS, and they don't necessarily have the recoil control as the FAMAS and the L85 have. So I say these are average guns. They're definitely good eco guns if you can afford them. Like, let's say you can't afford, if you like playing assault rifles and you don't like playing SMGs, these are relatively cheap, but I would say you should be running an SMG because you can pick up a super cheap SMG for like 900 credits, which is pretty eco-friendly. Okay, so now the FAMAS and the L85, I say these 2 guns are A tier. And I'm going to explain why they're not S tier, okay? So these guns, when I'm looking at S tier, these guns can do well up close and at range. These guns don't necessarily excel in close range combat, guys. They are burst weapons. They have a 400 RPM, and they just don't. They're not meant for up close. They're meant for those long range gunfights and getting picks. They're not meant for up-close gunfights in the slightest. Now, on the flip side of the coin, I'm also going to put the VHS and the SCAR here, and I'm going to put them in A tier simply for the sheer fact that these do excel up close, but they're not as good at range. You know, these have a lot higher of a recoil, but do a lot higher damage. So these are more kind of up-in-your-face assault rifles. They do heavy damage, 50 damage per shot with a decent fire rate. You're gonna do well up close, but you're gonna struggle a little bit at range, just due to the sheer fact that they have a lot higher of recoil than the L85 and the FAMAS. Okay. Now these are interesting weapons, guys. The AUG H-bar and the Pachang. I'm gonna put them in B tier, and I put them in B tier simply there are two major downfalls of this weapon. One, it's extremely heavy. Your guy moves like he is chugging through quicksand. Like, you move extensively slow with this gun. Okay? The other one is the cost. These things cost almost as much as the Bushmaster, guys. So, let's be honest here. Are you going to buy the AUG H-bar, or are you going to buy the Bushmaster? The Bushmaster, you know, you can justify, yeah, I'd rather buy the AUG H-bar. You know, I feel like I can kill more people with it. But when you're in reality, when you're looking at it, the Bushmaster is just going to be the better pick. Okay, but these guns, they do really good damage. They have relatively low recoil. Like, they're good all-around guns. You can get up-close kills with them because they have a decent fire rate, but their weight and their cost just hold them back a lot, which is why they're not in A tier. They're in B tier. So now we're going to get into the sniper rifle section, guys. Obviously, these are S tier. Truvello and Bushmaster, I literally just did a video on these weapons on Wednesday. And these weapons are the best snipers in the game. They cost a lot, around 7,000 credits. But what you get for 7,000 credits is a one-shot capability at any part of the map, even through armor. So if you're able to get picks consistently and play an actual sniper role and just hold angles with these, you are going to do very well for your team. These weapons are very, very, very good. The only thing, you know, obviously they're going to struggle up close, obviously, but that's not what a sniper is for. If you're going to be using a sniper the way that it's intended to, these things are going to be your best bet, even though they cost so much. Okay. The AWM and the SV98. These are kind of hard to place. I'm going to place them in A tier, okay? And I'm going to place them in A tier for a couple reasons, okay? One, they do 100 damage, so you're going to have to shoot somebody twice if they have armor, okay? Which is unfortunate because in casual play, your armor and headgear are bought for you every single round at no cost to you. So these guns are not exactly going to be that useful in casual play. Most of the time you're going to be getting outshot by people. You can make them work 100%. I'm not saying that you can in casual play, but they just get outshined by the Bushmaster and the Truvello, even though they cost a third. Well, it's roughly half. These cost about 3,000. These cost about 7,000, so it's like half. Where they really shine is hardcore. If you're winning and the enemy team has to eco, these things can catch somebody and one-shot them in their chest in hardcore, and there's nothing they can do about it, which is why I placed them in A tier, because they have a use, guys. They do have a use. They're not just the worst versions of the Bushmaster and the Truvello. They're cost efficient. So if you're maybe not wanting to spend 7,000 credits and you can kind of predict an eco round, these guns will do you very well. Okay? The Macmillan and the Steyr Scout are kind of weird weapons to place, because I'm going to put them below. I'm going to put them in B tier, okay? So these are still bolt actions. They do about 80 damage, and they're pre-silenced, okay? So they're going to keep you off the map, and they have a faster fire rate than the SV98 and the AWM, I'm sorry. But they're just worse versions of that, guys, if I'm being completely honest. Yes, they're going to keep you off the map due to pre-silenced, but they're just not as good. If you're going to buy a sniper rifle and you can't afford a Bushmaster or a Truvello, you're going to buy an AWM or an SV98. These weapons just kind of get outshined. I mean, like, they do have a faster fire rate, so if you get into a skirmish with another sniper, you do have faster shots, and you can be pre-aiming, so there is that, which is why I put them in B tier, because they do have some uses. But all in all, they're just not that good. The SV98 and the AWM will be better. The MK14 and EBR and the M14 Crazy Horse, I'm putting these in D tier. They're not good snipers, guys. They're not. They have high recoil due to being semi-automatic. You're going to have to shoot somebody 3 times unless you're getting headshots. They're just not good. They're not good sniper rifles compared to every other sniper rifle that you can buy. And some of these actually cost more than the Macmillan and the Steyr, where you could just buy an AWM for like $29.50. So buying these is just not an option, considering that these do less damage and are more expensive than these. Okay? I shouldn't have to explain it more than that. I think you guys you should be able to get the picture from that. I just don't, I think these guys, like these 2 weapons specifically, should be put in their own category in DMR, and you should be able to swap out the sights on them. Just due to the sheer fact they just don't fit a sniper rifle role. They do less damage than a pre-silenced Macmillan and a Steyr Scout, and they're not. They have really high recoil, and I just don't feel like they're good. I think they're a misplace in the sniper category. They should have their own DMR category. So now we're gonna get into the shotguns, guys. Now I'm just gonna say this: shotguns aren't very good, guys. They're not. To give you an example, I had a buddy of mine. I was playing against him. We got the glitch where it put me on an opposite team. He shot me up close with a Winchester, like point blank, and he didn't kill me through my body armor, and I killed him with an SMG. So all the shotguns roughly perform the same. Some outperform the others, but I'm going to put all shotguns for right now in D tier. With the exceptions of like the Uzkan and like the Sega, due to them having a higher fire rate than the other ones. Not trash, but actually, I mean, that doesn't even. It's really hard. These guys, the shotguns are. I'm just gonna put them for the time being. Shotguns are D tier. They have their uses and they can be good up close if you're hitting, like if you can get headshots with them, but they're just not good. They're not good in the state of the game right now. Why would I buy a shotgun when I could buy an SMG? Is essentially what I'm getting at here. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the most overpowered weapon category in the game, guys, which is the submachine gun category. LWRC, MDRC. These are the 2 automatic, the 2 last SMGs in the category. They're automatic. Guys, these things have a 650 RPM. They do roughly, I think it's like 30 damage a shot, but if you're hitting headshots, they kill even quicker. They don't cost much at 2,500 credits. They give you 600 credits on a kill. All the SMGs give you 600 credits per kill, which is why they're so overpowered. 600 credits on 1 kill per round versus every other weapon in this game giving you 300. That's mind-blowing to me. So the LWRC and MDRC, S tier. If you can buy them every single round, buy them every single round. Okay? Guns that I think are in A tier. I'm going to say the MPX and the PM84 are A tier, okay? And I'm actually going to swap these here so it'll look better. Okay, so I put these in A tier and not S tier because for some reason I feel that the PM84 doesn't perform as well as the MPX. Like the MPX, I could easily justify putting it up here in S tier, guys. I really could. The MPX is a super, super good gun. But if I'm looking at both weapons for both sides and how they perform, I just don't think that the PM84 performs as well as the MPX does, unfortunately. Okay, and other than that, I mean, like, they're very cost efficient, only coming in at, like, I think it's like $19.50, so these are really, really cost efficient. They do really good damage. They do the same damage as these. They're just burst weapons, and you can fire the burst just as fast as these weapons here. Like, the differences between these weapons is so minuscule that you'll never see it, but the only reason I'm putting these in A tier is just for some reason, I don't know what it is. When I fire the PM84 and then I fire the MPX, I feel like the MPX is just a better version of the PM84 where they should just be the same. So that's why I'm putting them in A tier just off of that. But it's not like these guys are at the top of A tier. Like they're pretty much on the border hanging between A and S tier. These are very viable guns. They're just as viable as these. So that's my opinion. Okay, so then we're gonna get into Oh, good lord. This is a shotgun, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about the Chris Vector. Or the Chris Super V. Sorry. I'm going to put the Super V in... It's like B or C tier. I'm going to put it in C tier along with the Uzi Pro. Okay? These weapons they don't necessarily shine in any way, shape, or form. They have high fire rates, so I mean you can just spray around somebody's head and hope they get a lucky headshot. But with the bullet registration issue, which needs to be addressed, I haven't been taking those chances lately. They're cost efficient. They don't cost very much, but these weapons are just simply outshined by the MPX, the PM84, the LWRC, and the MDRC. The same thing with the MP5 and the P90, but these I'm actually going to put in D tier. I'm actually going to put them below here so I don't mess up the tier list. I'm going to put them here in D tier simply for the sheer fact that they're only good eco round guns. That's really it. They're only good in ecos. They only cost like 900 credits, so there's that. So like I said, they're good eco guns, but other than that, they really get outshined. I'd rather have an Uzi Pro or Super V. So that's kind of what the tier list is looking like as of right now, guys. Until the weapons actually get patched, your top weapons so far are going to be the Desert Eagle and the Smith & Wesson, the Bushmaster and the Truvelle, the LWRC, and the MDRC. You could argue that these are up here in S tier, and I would argue with you because I want them to be in S tier. I want them to be good, like super good, and they are. But I don't know. The PM84 doesn't feel like it's on the same level as the MPX. And I don't know why. I just can't put my finger on it. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of my tier list video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys get a whole lot of information. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any time that I post a new video. I hope this, if you're also new to Warface Breakout, I hope this video helps you a lot in kind of breaking the barrier and knowing what guns are good and what aren't before even getting into the game. Know what weapons to buy because, you know, knowing is half the battle. But anyway, guys, this video has been long enough. I appreciate you guys watching. Take it easy and have a good day.